Welcome to the base. Tuko hapa na Mwafreeka kabisa. Karibu sana.
Asanteni kwa kuni-invite.
Yes.
Kama kuna mtu anijui, naitwa Mwafreeka, MC. Pia nafanya show inaitwa Raya huko QTV, na pia show ya reggae After on QFM 94.4.
Unacheza reggae?
Nini yangu ya reggae.
You don't have it yet to be rasta.
But you know, I grew up with reggae, and I'm on reggae music, that is, because my brothers used to listen to a lot of reggae music. And basically I grew up in Eastlands, and back in the days, asika squeezy kuwa babi is a cool thing. Back in the days in the early 90s, yeah.
Being a babi is a cool thing.
It's a cool thing, yeah. No, kila mtu anatry kuwa babi, which I have a problem with that. Najua cause unapata mpaka watu wa Eastlands wanatry kuwa mababi.
How do people try and be babi?
Kama uni babi, lakini uni original babi.
Uni babi origin.
Yes, wakujifanya.
Because the unwritten rule inakuwaga, ukibonga na chali tunaongea Kiswa, ukibonga na dem tunaongea Kizungu. Hiyo ni msee wa mtaa. But sikizi kila mtu mpaka machali wanataka kuongea na mimi Kizungu. Tunaongea Kizungu, tunaenda wapi? So hiyo ndio
communicate. So unadai ni communication. Alafu sasa hiyo ni msee wa mtaani, mmekuwa mkiongea na yeye, anakuja na kila mioses
na kila mingine ile haiko. So unapata niligrow up na reggae music. Hiyo ilikuwa ile time ya Jambo Sounds. So hizo ma sounds za kitambo, Exodus nini. So old school reggae music, I'm really good with that. But new school na learn. Najua like I've learned, nimelearn a lot from Kajairo. Na naendelea kulearn, it's a learning process.
So who's your favorite old school reggae artist?
Bob Marley. Not just because he's the king, but Bob Marley was a writer, like one of the best. He was one of the best writers. And if even if you look at the Kenyan situation, you'll see like Burning and Looting, the song that he did back in 1968, made sense in 2007 during the elections. So that's what I respect about Bob Marley. He was like a super lyricist. When it comes to women, I'm split between three people. There's Dennis Brown, there's Gregory Isaacs, there's Beres Hammond. Chagua, one of them is really tricky. Skiza Dennis Brown. Ama listen to Dennis Brown.
Unajua namuingiza. Wewe nyame float anajua sema nini.
Sema. I'm biased though. Because I love UB40. So for me it comes Bob Marley and then UB40.
But UB40 did like a lot of remix.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like they're not really doing that, but they do the remixes really well.
Really well. They're good.
Hip hop night. That's what brought you to the limelight, yeah?
No. What brought me to the limelight was something called Benson and Hedges Rap and Vibe. That's the first place I went, and freestyle. There was like a freestyle battle. A lot of MCs went through that. There was Giuliani was there, DNA. Like even the final on in the year 2003 was between me and DNA. And according to DNA, I won because of the crowd, because I had the campus guys backing me.
But he was voted?
No, I'm the guy who won. 30,000 shillings. That was a lot of money back then.
In 2003.
So tulipelekana mbio, but like I still respect like DNA as a lyricist. Is really good. Plus even the battle, like I keep telling everyone, one of the most memorable things about the battle was when I was battling him, there was this whole saga about the Anglican Church, homosexuality, blah blah blah. So there's this line, like I've never forgotten it. He told me like, you claim to be the African, but you come out more like the Anglican, and the whole crowd went like, wild. I thought most probably thought that he'd won by then. Then I countered him.
What did you counter him with? Do you remember?
Skumbuki. But I somehow maneuvered my way out of that and won the 30,000 shillings. But he's still one of the best lyricists out there. Giuliani also came through. So that's how it started. There was that. Then after that, I went to Capital Rap Battles with Eve D'Souza and DJ Adrian. I'd say now that's what put me in the national limelight or something. Because Capital is, I think, national. So people used to listen, they'd call in.
It's the station associated with hip hop, as they try to promote hip hop sound, which is good. Let me ask you, what was your role in Wapi?
My role in Wapi, I was pulled in by a certain friend of mine called Muki. So we were there when actually Wapi was still an idea. So it was like me, Blaze, Muki. I think we were the three guys, and then the staff of what are they called? British Council. Then a lot of people came in afterwards, but I was involved that way. But I can't say like I was as involved as Muki and Blaze. I was more inje kidogo
kiasi it's good.
Okay.
Your new song Nairobi, it's an inspiration about Nairobi. Like most of your songs they really like zina try sana ku promote Nairobi na kila mtu mahali ametoka anaweza penya na nini. What informed it?
Nairobi was more of I think what I hate about Kenyan rap is people don't know they don't have the history of hip hop. So there's one thing that MC Light said, and that's like my favorite female MC. There's no one better than MC Light, according to me. Female MCs. I mean, as in if you dig into the history of hip hop, female MCs. Queen Latifah.
I don't
number
agree.
1 would be MC Light.
Yes.
Number 2 would be Queen Latifah. Number 3 I'd give it to Bahamadia. Then I'd come maybe number 4 give it to Missy.
I mean,
because
I know people,
really
a lot of
good.
people
Missy's
don't really
versatile.
consider Lauryn Hill an MC.
Yeah.
But I feel like Lauryn Hill really...
Oh, yeah, as an MC.
For me, like, even from Fugees, you know? Like, even before,
okay. Sikuwa nimeka Lauryn kwa hiyo list.
Wacha niweke Lauryn.
Nikaka Lauryn naweza mweka wapi?
Nimeona malitua inspiration ya Madrid.
Naweza mweka as number 2.
Number 2.
After nilikuwa nimesahau Lauryn. Unajua Lauryn mistake ni alienda akachizi.
Yeah. But even that one album, even with the Fugees, I thought she was...
Yeah, Lauryn was really good. But I was saying like one of the things that MC Light said was an MC has to represent where they're from. And we come from a country where people have low self-esteem, sorry to say. So since we have low self-esteem, we try to be not Kenyan as much as possible.
Where do you think like the way we copy?
Yeah.
Okay.
We copy stuff a lot. And so Nairobi was like just paying homage to this is where I'm from. Giving you different things about different neighborhoods and trying to appreciate, like I come from Isili, this is where I grew up, but we have other neighborhoods, Calif, you have Juakali and Clemo, you know, they brought us Genge, you have Kalamashaka who made this rap thing real, and a lot of people take that for granted, but according to me, and I'm someone who's I've listened to hip hop, I've played hip hop on radio, blah blah blah, and I still say like the role that Kalamashaka played by rhyming in Swahili and coming up with a song that was played all over is, you can't take that away from them. That's why like one of the lines in the song is ata dandora ata kumagwe takataka, hip hop ileta through Kalamashaka.
Play that video. Let's play that video.
Okay. Yeah.
Ngoma mbichi kadhari ya Ditidobi, so sivya lazima tuwakilishie Nairobi. Sili kwetu kulikuwa madiwa namba 4 Luthuli huwa zinapandiwa. Shopping lot ni Garissa, Matri namba 6 na 9, Calif, Juakali na Clemo, birthplace ya Genge ni Dasemo. Madhare kuna United siku hizi, kitambo ilijulikana na hosi ya machizi. Dandora hata kumagwe takataka, hip hop ileta through Kalamashaka. Kamkunji wanasiasa utapata, kuomba kura huko hawawezi kahata. Ololo iko karibu na Bama, shauri Okongo tukachome nyama. Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi mimi natoka Nairobi. Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi mimi natoka Nairobi. Babini love ikileleshwa, Karen hali na madem tahemeshwa. Masupu wale wamerembeshwa, uzuri wa pesa runda utaonyeshwa. Westi chochote sisemi, stakats ya wase wa Kangemi. Dago kona Kawangware, mbali na tao amka Kawangware. Kibira the biggest slum in Africa, worldwide ndivyo inatambulika. Githurai kona mbaya, Kayole Udingo Utagwaya. South B, South C kwa wasani, mtu hajui ogopa sasa ni futa. Nyayo Kasa City kakinuka toka Masa. Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi mimi natoka Nairobi. Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi ni Nairobi, Nairobi mimi natoka Nairobi. Wanadhani kuwa mimi siwezi kutumia jina za mitaa, mimi ku MC Ngara, Paki na Kenyatta, Guru Tomoko Malangata Jerry Salem na Ziwa kahawa sukari kahawa maziwa Nairobi West Bangla nazima Emba Mada Imara Daima Kariako Resi Mlango Majengo Pumu Bahana Pango Mgaiga na Kitisuru Kiambio Kabete kwa Jenga Mkuru Ronga Thome Kili Haira Isudhiru Harambe Mili tunamalizia Nasima Dharau Kamta yenyu sisi tumesahau Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi mi natoka Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi mi natoka Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi mi natoka Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi ni Nairobi Nairobi mi natoka Nairobi
Present food yako pia ni Nairobi
Babini Lavi Kilelesha.
So you just felt like putting that voice in the chorus. So don't Nairobi.
The funny thing about it is like every MC yani has their weaknesses. One of my greatest weaknesses is coming up with a chorus. So like anyone who studies choruses will notice my choruses are really simple. Tu patane. So basically I did the song, I didn't have a chorus. So niko hapo nikaanza kucheza Nairobi. Then a friend of mine called Kaki Gondi, he's the one who runs Flag 42. When he was editing it, he tweaked the voice.
And he just put it out.
Yeah, and just put it out.
Speaking of Tupatane, how many languages can you rap in?
I'd say
I love that song.
You know, it's my favorite. Actually.
Yeah, I'd say I'm really good in 3 languages. That would be Kiswahili, Luo, Kikuyu. English, one of the reasons why I don't do in English, I have no problem with MCs rhyming in English, but I've listened like to so much American stuff that I don't think I can beat them, and I always want to be one of the best. So like since I can't beat some of my favorite MCs from Chino XL, Immortal Technique, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, even if he's dead, since I can't beat them, I can't even beat Kipleton, who's like a reggae artist, like because he's a super lyricist. That's why I don't rhyme in English. But in Swahili, it's like I can take on anyone. It's something that I've proven. That's even Tupatane was more of that. Like I took a 3-year break because I love hip hop. I didn't want to do stuff that I don't feel. So I felt like I can make money from TV and radio, so I had to take a break. Yeah. So coming back, there was a lot of blah blah blah, oh Mwafreeka, time ya Mwafreeka imeisha. So ilikuwa more of like Tupatane.
Who was saying that? Was that TV? Was that
people artists? Generally, generally, because I also think like the single that I came back with was Stronger, which I was talking about my dad's alcoholism, telling people like my
Stronger
dad.
With? It was featuring
Della.
Yeah, Della.
Yeah. I am speaking about my dad's alcoholism, my dad taking changa. This is something that no one has ever spoken about, and that's now what I love about the Kenyan rappers, like the fact that they've not studied hip hop. They don't. There are so many issues you can talk about that no one talks about. Like on my album, it's called Akili ya Mwafreeka. One of the things that I tackle is the whole circumcision issue, where there's a line where I say like boarding kabla niende, or okay, I played around with like presidents, politicians' names, because I wrote it around the time when politicians were campaigning. So there are lines like kama Jaramogi na waifu wake ni na madharau, it's something like that. Then there's a part where I say like Kenya imejaa na ukabila na madha kajua, boarding kabla niende onyango karua. You know what that means? Yes. And basically what I'm trying to tell people is like the reason why like our family, coming from a Luo family, the reason why we had to get circumcised was because of the fact that Kenya is a tribal country. Because I've done my history on the whole thing. So it's more like if you go to boarding and you're not circumcised, it's going to be a problem for you.
There's a stigma.
So yeah, there's a whole stigma around it. But now if you study circumcision all over the world, you find like 70% of men all over the world are uncircumcised. In countries like England, you get dissed for being circumcised. So it's like,
and
so
here
now
you get dissed for being uncircumcised.
And there's so many Luo rappers, but this is like one of the topic where they never speak about. And I felt like if Mwafreeka doesn't do it, no one will do it, you know. So that's one of the things that I've done on that album. That's why I'm saying like there's so much to talk about that I feel rappers are not talking about.
Akili inatoka when?
Akili ya Mwafreeka inafaa kutoka kitu kama ni September.
But you've released already a couple of singles.
I've released a couple of singles. There was Tupatane.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
I need to ask something controversial. Is this whole story about Ghetto Radio, you chucking, I don't know what?
Yeah.
A lot of stories have been thrown into it. You know, I think, can you please clear the air for us?
Oh, okay, Ghetto Radio. Okay, I used to do a show. I have to start very far. I used to do a show called The Joint on YFM. I used to play hip hop, which was really popular. Then there was an upcoming rapper called Angel. She died.
I know. Yeah. She used to come to Happy.
Yeah. So when I left YFM, Angel came to me and said like, yo, there's this idea of the youth coming together and coming up with a radio station that's for the youth, by the youth. Do you think you can chip in? That was still an idea, there was nothing. There was no money, there was no frequency, there was no everything. So we went, sat down somewhere, we spoke about it. Then she was dating this white guy. Then she pitched the idea to him. So basically now Mwafreeka was the missing ingredient that is, and I knew how to run a radio station, blah blah blah. So we came up with like a proposal, blah blah blah, and he went out there, pitched it, got sponsorship. I went to Holland to be taught how to run a radio station. Learned that, came to Kenya. We hustled for frequency, started the frequency, blah blah blah. But the original plan was to have a station that people speak in English and Sheng. But I'd done radio before, so I knew that wouldn't work. So I think that was where the rift started between me and the white guy. Because when now this station started running, it was strictly Sheng. And I felt like this is going to work. So he felt like that.
You were saying you wanted Sheng.
Sheng. I can speak in English, but we can't compete with Capital FM. Let's just be realistic. So it was more like since siwezi ongea kaa runga, tukilo ongea siwezi mikizungu yangu itapotea irudi blah blah blah.
See, relax. See, let it tell the
story. So now let's do something in Sheng. So them they wanted some English. So now we tukapelekana juu. I had like so much emotional investment in it. That's why I decided to walk away. But it wasn't like because I was there when it was just an idea and everything, and I'm proud of like what happened afterwards. There were a lot of rumors that were said against me, like I used to mistreat people, blah blah blah. But the funny thing is, like right now, I think we are working on a project, and it's me, Rapture, Mbusi, some other guy called Lion, and we all used to work at Ghetto Radio because the friendship never. The management was mad at me, but the actual people on the ground knew like what I'd done for them. You know.
What is this project?
Basically, where we are, we love humor a lot. We make stupid humor all over. So it's just something humorous about Kenya. Raya za kawaida. Okay, tuna shoot like in 1 week's time, alafu tuanze kuiuza. Shida ni sisi mababi, sisi mastaa, sisi raya za kawaida.
Nabi.
Unajua si ni wase wa kawaida. So try pitch tu hivyo. Kila mtu ana fight Sheng, si bado tunaishikilia. So so that's basically it.
Sawa. Mistari tumezingoja.
Ni rap. Sifini na kufreestyle, naenda kudu kitu fulani. Kuna ngoma nimedu na beste wa Kisumu, which is really interesting. Someone in Kisumu sent me a beat and they wanted like, Mof, jump on this, and they had a crank beat, like crank. So nikamwambia like I can't do crank with a Kisumu artist because like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add anything to me. So I told him like, go work on something that represents Kisumu. If you could send me some Luo beat, that would be dope. So niko nafikiria hata he went, kept quiet like for 6 weeks, then sent me a beat. So the beat is very Ohangla-ish. We are trying to talk to Otieno Aloka, Kanungo. We're talking to Osogo Winyo. We're talking to Sogowinyo to do the chorus. So far, both of them have agreed, but no one has showed up in the studio. But I have the verse. I have the verse in my head.
I can come.
You can sing in Luo.
Of course I can sing in Luo.
Uko sure take accent.
Strong accent.
Because it
No, I can do it. I'll do it. Just we'll talk after the interview. I'll do it. Please give us something.
So like part of the lines in the song, this is what I say. Baby, angoma rach, mumio kidwa wuyo gijana kach. Anyinga Mwafreeka jakoguta, bernyako kisudo buta. Ntie gik moko madwa ngisi, kajagoguta ntie to bet easy. Adwa managuonyo gima ili kusidwa ni atigi Kiswahili. Baby nikikuona nafurahia, nataka kukupenda kama Gor Mahia, nataka kukupenda kama samaki, nataka kukupenda kama tahamaki, nataka kukupenda kama ugali, nataka kukupenda na ukali, lakini anza na kunipatia chance. Jaluo original nitakujiprove at once. Nitajiprove at once. Alafu naendelea. Samwiwi jo cold ka amphibian igotona abiromuli kalilian. Adwa kethi kanyar mutula nekechimitna kachakola. Emitna ka orutu iberna kalindo ugutu. Emitna kanyatiti iberna kama titi. Emitna ka hip hop adwa nangi ka lollipop. Angeni uweyo takataka nyako atamama na paki ya paka. Adwa herigo kinya adwa herigo dhiambo adwa herika ka joluo hera gwambo. Adwa herigo kinya adwa herigo dhiambo adwa herika ka joluo hera gwambo. So yeah, that's my verse.
I'll give you a translation.
Yes, please.
That's my verse for me.
Please.
Yeah.
There's some dirty things in that verse.
Because Ohangla is really dirty.
It is.
And I had to represent like for the people there. And the funny thing is, he outshined me. He's called MC Jamta. Oh, I mean, he outshined. It's a really dope song, though. Yeah. So that's basically it. Look out for Akilia Mwafreeka. There's everything inside there. After Akilia Mwafreeka is released, what and say maybe it's in the internet. I want to be able to go to Uganda. There's a song where I criticize Museveni and Kagame, who's everyone's hero. I want to be able to go to Uganda and I revoke visa yangu. But that's hip hop, you know. Always speak your mind. MCs, speak your mind. Yeah.
That was the bass with Abby and Wilson and Mwafreeka.
That was the bass.
Who won't be able to go to Uganda and Rwanda soon. Keep it locked for more interviews. Peace.
Poa. Hope napata interview poa.
Kabisa.